Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. It's the podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed, online and at the cinema. From the kids who are once again trapped in a room with the Oscars, it's Sneople at the Movies. I'm Helena.
I'm Matty.
And I'm Ezra. Did you miss us?
So obviously it's been a minute. We had some scheduling stuff. We moved it around for a careful-eared viewer, I guess. You may know that we normally record on Fridays. We have swapped to recording on Mondays, meaning that for us, the Oscars happened last night, and you are presumably hearing this the Thursday after the Oscars. So it is very fresh in our minds.
We're just like professionals.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that we moved to a Monday, because if we'd recorded on Friday, we would have just been, like, talking about whatever, and we would have had to wait to talk about the Oscars. So this ended up being great timing.
Yeah, I love it.
This is, like, the first year we've had good timing for when our episodes about the Oscars came out.
Yeah, it only took us 3 years to figure it out.
And we did it by skipping a whole episode.
Yeah, well,
that's right. Sometimes that's just how it is.
You do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do in these difficult podcasting times.
These difficult Oscar times too, apparently.
Hard times with podcast minds.
All right.
Anyway,
let's do a quick what we see. Let's just get into it, hey?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So I have seen Kiki's Delivery Service. I watched Mad Max 1979, Mad Max 2 Road Warrior 1981, or 81, 82, don't remember. The Mummy, the only good one. And then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Producer Ben, who I also stream with on Tuesdays, we've been playing the Mad Max video game, which is trash. But I was like, I've only ever seen Fury Road, and he was like, do you want to change that? And I was like, yeah. So I watched all of the Mad Maxes. Really like Road Warrior, like what a decent amount. Beyond Thunderdome, weird Goonies energy.
Yeah, it's not
for a rated R movie.
Oh my god.
I don't understand the Lord of the Rings was the Beyond Thunderdome of the elves. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. If anything, Lord of the Rings is the Road Warrior of the elves, but anyway.
Beyond Thunderdome is just insane from what I remember. There's a
Yeah.
cage match?
Yes, that's the Thunderdome!
Yes. Oh, that makes sense.
That's actually what I consider to be the better part of the movie. Because
So
it's
bitter.
just goddamn insane. And then he leaves, and he meets up with a bunch of, like, wild kids who have, as far as I can tell, the only source of the water in the post-apocalypse. They have a river in the post-apocalypse, which is like, holy shit. But they talk very weird, and they're like, Max, we want to leave our camp. And I'm like, kids, you need to understand, there is no potable water anywhere else. You have it made. You guys have boats. Nobody else needs boats anymore. In the Mad Max of the video game, the ocean is gone. Like, why would you want to leave? But they do, and it turns into antics. So,
yes,
there's
naturally.
that, I guess. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Tina Turner's
I need to watch. Tina Turner's there. She's very hot. Great outfits. I need to watch Fury Road again, but I think no one asked, but my overall ranking of Mad Max movies is Thunderdome, Mad Max 2, Fury Road. Mad Max 2 is actually really good. Highly recommend. Anyway, so that's what I've seen.
Sick.
Fantastic.
I couldn't figure out how long it had been since we recorded, so I had to go and amend this list halfway through. So I think in roughly chronological order, what I watched was Fresh. Caveat, sort of, I was high and not really paying attention, but the parts that I was paying attention for, I don't think that movie was very good.
Yeah.
Rewatched Pride and Prejudice 2005 while still kind of high right after watching Fresh. Which was like, no, that movie when you're like vaguely stoned is very soothing.
I can imagine that. Yeah, totally.
I
That
really
wasn't
liked-
me. I wasn't making a face of like, how dare you. That was me being like, what a
Like-
double feature, huh?
It was, I don't know why that ended up being the double feature. My roommates like horror movies, and then Kaya was like, I've been wanting to watch Pride and Prejudice 2005, and I was like, I have good news for you, I own it on DVD. And then I actually went to some movie theaters, because I saw, The Batman, West Side Story, and Cyrano, and, I wrote on Letterboxd at length about Cyrano, in case anybody wants to read that. I feel like I would have liked Cyrano a lot better if I had not just seen Steven Spielberg set a new gold standard for the movie musical in West Side Story, which was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I was really glad I went to go see The Batman in the theater, because I had a good time. Oh, I also watched the first episode of Season 2 of Star Trek Picard, and then had to explain the plot of the first episode of Season 2 to Star Trek Picard to my parents, because they were like, okay, what's going on? And I was like, do you remember the Mirror Universe? And they're like, what? I'm like, the Mirror Universe from that one episode of TOS, and also from the first season of Star Trek Discovery. And they're like, hang on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it like to not just have all of this shit live in your brain, rent-free, all the time?
Yeah,
Can't
I don't know. I mean, that was not the case for, like, remember when in the last season of Discovery, there was that big thing with the Guardian of Forever or something in one episode?
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, my dad and I are immediately just like, ah! You know, my mom was over there just like, what is this? What are we yelling about? And my dad and I,
Exquisite.
it's Guardian of the Anyway, yes, I understand the feeling very well.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell about West Side Story later.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing I have to say about Cyrano is that it was better than the James McAvoy stage play that I saw and just, like, genuinely didn't like. But it still wasn't a particularly good take on Cyrano de Bergerac. It was fine.
Sad.
On the other hand, casting Peter Dinklage in that role is one of the, like, top 10 genius moves of the last 10 years of filmmaking. He's incredible.
He
He should have gotten fucking nominated. I genuinely think he should have gotten nominated for an Oscar for that performance. He was
That was
like,
never gonna happen.
it was never gonna happen, but like, if I would give him an award for that,
Disappointing.
because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just spectacular. Anyway, yeah. Go nuts.
They should
Helena
have
Scott.
a hottest award and give it to Ben Mendelsohn. I don't know how he looks.
I was
in
gonna
that
say,
movie,
but
but
Benda was in it.
Yeah, he well, he's
Uh-oh.
very okay, no, he's very good. He, like many of the other, like literally everyone who is not Cyrano, he is giving a very good performance, and he is being asked to give a take on the character that I disagree with.
Gotcha. Oh, he's got one of those little funky wigs going on.
He has a nice voice, though.
Good.
He's wearing a lot of makeup and kind of a weird little corset thing, and like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of into it.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. I'm
Good
not
for
saying,
him.
I mean, I had a good time. I cried a bunch. I cried a lot.
Yeah, just like Cyrano de Bergerac.
And I just like Cyrano de
Yeah.
Bergerac. But on the
Same.
other hand, just go listen to the radio play with Kenneth Branagh and Tom Hiddleston.
I didn't know that existed, so you posted about it, and I like fucking screamed.
And so, yeah. It's
You're
exceptional.
really excited.
Yeah.
As you should be.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Every day
I'm
is a
gonna
joy.
pass the torch to Helena and their actually organized list of things.
The baton. I feel like the first thing I should mention here, just to get that out of the way, is that I started watching Severance, the TV show, because a mutual of mine was talking about it, and especially was like, look at this sweet little romance between John Turturro and Christopher Walken as like gay men who've never had to, were very, very repressed and have never had to flirt before in their entire lives. And I was like, all right.
I saw gifs of them touching foreheads and went, fuck, I have to watch this show.
It's so much. It's so much. It's like it's so perfect because John Turturro and Christopher Walken already have a persona of, that they usually bring, but not always bring, of like just sheer awkwardness to any role that they do, just separately. So putting that energy into like them having a meet cute over a painting is,
Oh my god.
it is,
What even is that on Apple TV?
It is on Apple TV. I have
okay.
absolutely 100% been using your account.
I mean, I yes, which I don't. Nobody. Yeah, no. Anyway, I was like, wait, a streaming service which I pay for.
Yeah, absolutely watch it. It's also like besides that, it's also like a really good dystopian sci-fi mystery.
Somebody described it as
that the one
corporate
where...
horror, which I'm into.
Which is exciting. That's the one where you like forget about your job when you go home, right?
Yeah, it's like there's a procedure where your work memory, like a brain surgery procedure where your work memories and your personal memories are separated. So once you go into the severed floor,
I wanted to watch that really bad.
Yeah, it's really creepy, and the way that like because I had a coworker of mine talking about it with a friend of theirs, and they pitched it to me, and we're like, so imagine that like you have one persona basically that's always at work, and then you have one persona that's always at home, and it's like, oh, that's not so bad. Like I forget about work. That sounds really nice. It's like, yeah. But that persona at work is always at work. They don't
Jesus
get
Christ,
to leave.
there's a version of you that's trapped at your job all the time. Oh,
yeah. So it's really interesting, and like a lot of usual sci-fi concepts that are really fun to explore about like personhood, and I wouldn't recommend watching it immediately the night before having to get it going to work very early in the morning.
Watch it on like a weekend. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a very good show, so I do recommend watching it in general. Okay, I'm just gonna speed through these things. It's been a minute, so I was just watching, besides that, just like getting caught up on Oscar movies and also ones that weren't nominated that I wanted to watch anyway. So I watched King Richard, Benedetta, and The Tragedy of Macbeth. Benedetta was obviously and tragically not nominated for an Oscar, but I wanted to watch the lesbian nun movie anyway, so fuck you. I did.
Yeah, why not?
These movies I think were all fine. King Richard is like not usually my kind of movie because it's a sports movie and it's a biopic movie, but there were some really good performances in it, and I think it was kind of said some stuff, and then it kind of didn't at the end. Like it was trying to, and then I don't think it fully succeeded at that. But I feel like if there's a bit of interest, I would recommend watching it. Tragedy of Macbeth, I was bored by it, which is like
that's so sad.
It is
Macbeth.
It's Macbeth. How do you make it boring?
It's Macbeth. I love Macbeth, and like I don't know.
What a cast.
The performances were all good. Like none of the performances were bad. I was really especially struck by the actors who played both Macduff and Lady Macduff. She was obviously only in it for like 5 minutes, but she was really good. Bertie Calvert he was always fantastic, and they did something crazy to his eyebrows, which was amazing. As Banquo.
I love him so much.
Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand were very good. It was it was very interesting to look at, and I guess I see what they were trying to do with it, but I was like, there's not enough there, and it's cut down already.
It's already such a short play. You don't need to cut it that much.
Is not that long of a show.
It's not, and like the stuff that they cut, like most of it, I was like, I mostly can't tell what you're cutting, so I think that that's good until we got to the point where they cut, as I mentioned in my Letterboxd review, the Malcolm scene with him and Macduff, which is like the one good scene that Malcolm gets in the entire play, where it explains his entire character.
It's a great scene.
Because he doesn't do anything up to that point except like, I think people are going to try to kill us. Let's run away. Good idea.
If you cut that scene, it makes him look like a bitch.
Yeah. Which he did. Like, he was played by Harry Melling, who I think many people may recognize, because he played Dudley Dursley in the Harry Potter movies, and he has, since gone on to do many other things, and he's a good actor. And he's got this kind of, like, I don't know what quite the right word is, not dreamy, but sort of just, like, I don't know. He's got these like huge eyes, and he looks like he's
that man does.
But he seems like he's got his head in the clouds.
Yeah, he looks like he's on a different sort of plane. He was on an episode of Merlin one time. Playing another magic user, that kind of shit. His finest achievement to date, of course.
Obviously.
But like he was in the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and he was doing a kind of similar thing where he was playing this kind of like he had that kind of thing going on, and like that's great. But that's not an interesting Malcolm, and without that, I was waiting for that part of Malcolm's character to pop up to justify everything else, and it just didn't happen. So
yeah, it makes him toothless, which that's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
I was really fucking excited for that.
I mean, I would give it a watch just to take a look at it and see what it looks like. But
it's so much farther down on my list now, though.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard to do adaptations of Shakespeare? I just don't understand.
I don't understand. And yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen the theatrical version of this that Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand did back in wherever they did in California.
That does be hard.
Because I really was like struck by her, out damn spot speech and sequence. That was really, it's really good.
I mean, they're both so good.
They're both so good.
Generally, as actors, they're both so good.
There was like one moment towards the very end that was like the first moment where I thought, now this is a fucking movie now. Now we're watching a movie. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
it's Macbeth.
I know Macbeth.
It's just the way that it was done. It's one of the soldiers that comes in to kill Macbeth at the final battle before he meets Macduff. And the way that they stage the battle is that Macbeth was so sure that he's going to beat this guy that he's unarmed. And this guy is coming at him swinging a sword, and he's unarmed and just feinting and dodging, and then coming at him with his fists. And then at the very end, he has blood on his face. He takes blood, flicks blood into the face of the other guy so hard that his head snaps back, and then he swings around the other guy and takes his sword and stabs him in the back.
And that fucks.
It was so cool.
That fucks.
It was so awesome.
Bummer that it happened at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I was like, if the entire movie had that kind of oomph to it, anyway.
Yeah, well.
Could go on.
And Anywho.
Got a lot to talk about. Not so great. No Time to Die, Hand of God, and Coda. None of these I thought were terrible, but also just I did not think that they were very good. I cried during Coda, but
I didn't see Green Knight with either of you, but that was the last time I was in a theater and they showed an ad for Coda. And I remember sitting there in the theater and being something about this movie feels off to me and I don't know what. On paper, it looks like a good movie, but there's something about it that and I cried at the trailer because I cry at trailers, but I was there's something here that feels. And maybe that was just my, this is Oscar bait going off, but, not
which
to,
it absolutely is. Yeah.
Right. Not to put and be this story is, just made for Oscar bait, because that's not fair, right? But I was there's, I don't know. So,
yeah,
I saw it on your, down, your thumbs down emoji list, and I was yeah, that tracks, actually, from my, gut instinct.
It's the whole thing, I mean, people have been saying it a lot, so I don't want to, keep repeating it, that people have been comparing it to, a Disney Channel original movie a lot. And you watch it, and a lot of it, a lot of the stuff about her, the main character, feels like that. When all of the stuff with, her parents and her brother is really interesting. Marlee Matlin and Troy Kotsur are both really good. And, God, the actor who plays the brother, whose name I can't remember at the moment, he was really good. And they're trying to run a fishing business, and there's all of these quotas going on in the town, and they have to have inspectors on board, and there's this big thing because she's their interpreter, and she's also the person on the boat who can hear the Coast Guard paging, not paging them, but whatever, the Coast Guard alerting them, and
there are many things on a boat that you need to have somebody to hear for.
Yeah, lot of systems that are audio signaling.
Yeah, so there's a really interesting story there about a family trying to survive in this business that their family has been doing for generations, with this this thing that the rest of the town can't isn't willing to understand or work around, and that part of the story is really interesting, and their performances are really good. And then like there's their daughter who's just like, I want to sing, and she gets noticed by the choir teacher, who's just like has a scarf, and he's just like, you need to let it out. He's so dramatic, and it's like it's just so cliche. And the writing was like, and she's got a crush on this guy for no reason. I mean, he's the kid from Sing Street, so like that's a reason. But like
that's the reason.
No reason.
I do love Sing Street.
Her thing felt like it was gonna end up being like, no, Dad, this is your dream, not mine.
Yeah,
rather than like a story about like, I know that you need me, and I know that on some level I have a familial duty to like support you as the only person who can fulfill this role. But like, what does it mean to then have to give up my life in sacrifice? Like that's a story a lot of people can relate to, huh?
Yeah, I mean that was definitely a lot of it, but it like that was part of it. But at some point, I felt really frustrated with her because I didn't feel like I either felt like her family was very understanding and she could have talked to them about this like way sooner and it wouldn't have been a problem, or there was like a couple of scenes where I felt like her mom was being like way too misunderstanding, like out of character misunderstanding about what she was like trying to express. And I was like, you pick a lane. Either have amazing parents who love each other, and like, I mean, I know family is complicated and it's a truthful depiction of a family who's like goes back and forth, but it felt inconsistent. I think that there are a lot of people so far. I should retweet a thread onto the Sneople account of like actual deaf people who have written very sensibly and intelligently
that's
about
what I would like to learn
their
about.
Personal feelings about it. Well, we'll talk more about Coda later in the show too.
Anywho,
No Time to Die. Boring, long. Rami Malek doesn't make any sense. Don't know why he's there. Don't understand. Fucked up. Great that Q is gay. Knew it all along. Didn't need to be told though. Thanks. The good stuff. That was most of what I watched. Thankfully, I watched Bergman Island, which I really liked, and I liked even more after I thought about it. Like after watching it, Tim Roth, very sexy. I rewatched Fantastic Mr. Fox, which I didn't mean to do. I just put it on when I was making dinner, and I was like, it's 80 minutes. And so I finished it, and it's perfect. Red Rocket, I watched. A very good movie, very fucked up. The French Dispatch, I liked. I thought it was pretty good. It looked amazing, and there were some sequences that I liked more than others. But I was like, yeah, it was good. Drive My Car, amazing, beautiful, show-stopping, never been done before, great. By posting the Helena Awards on Facebook, I got like a good handful of people to be like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch Drive My Car now, and I was like, got him. Passing.
I'm sad that I missed it in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't end up seeing it in the theater either, unfortunately. I would have really liked to, but I was like, I think
it's on HBO Max.
Yes, it is. It's an HBO Max.
I'm dying to see it. Yeah.
Please watch it. Passing, which was really very much snubbed during this awards season, really pissed off, especially for Ruth Negga, who was incredible. Really good directed debut from Rebecca Hall. The Last Duel, I had a good time.
Really?
Yeah. Adam Driver is very tall. That's my review.
I don't think I can deal with Ben Affleck's hair in that. Like, I don't think I can deal with the hair in that movie.
But the
like,
hair
I think I'll just like. I know, but I think it's just like
the movie doesn't work.
I think I'm like such a child that I'm just gonna be like, I can't stop thinking about how bad your hair looks. Anyway.
It's so funny because they both Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have two different kinds of terrible hair going on. And Adam Driver has, like, this beautiful, like, his beautiful Adam Driver hair.
Yeah.
And you're just
maybe that's
like,
in his contract.
Yeah.
They're not allowed.
I mean,
he's like, I'm not gonna take a role where they make me do something fucked up to my hair.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Honestly, king shit.
All the Adam Driver girlies enjoyed this one because this was a movie for the Adam Driver girlies for sure. Not a movie for the Ben Affleck. Well, maybe a movie for the Ben Affleck girlies if there's any of them out there besides J-Lo. Not really a movie for the Matt Damon girlies. He doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for him, folks.
Tough out here.
Bad. Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, which is another movie by the same director who directed Drive My Car that came out this year. Also fantastic, also beautiful and amazing. You can rent that on YouTube if anyone's interested. You should watch it. Watched Zola, finally. Had a really great time. Great performances. Shout out to Nicholas Braun, who was definitely in that movie, who was also very tall. My poor guy. He's slouching. It's so sad. Watched The Souvenir Part 2, which I was really happy with. I liked it a lot more than Part 1, actually, which I think a lot of people have been kind of saying. Recommend it a lot. Very similar to Drive My Car in a lot of... very similar to Bergman Island in a lot of ways, which I think is kind of interesting.
Interesting.
And I watched Malignant, and you should too. Mr. Everybody.
I love James Wan.
Love that bitch.
That's my dude.
Love
That's my guy.
colors. I love cinematography.
We love colors.
I love a zoom. I love a good zoom. I love a crazy action set piece. I had a really good time.
Briefly looked up, like, what do people even think about Malignant anyway? And there were so many people where they were like, this man is ruining horror. And I was like, okay, first of all, Saw 2004 is a masterpiece, so get over yourselves. 2, you're just mad that he made like 1 million Conjuring movies and they have made $1 bajillion.
Yeah, like...
Now, not all of them are good from what I've heard, but like, they're popular.
No. I mean... The thing is that, like, the reviews of Malignant, right, when it came out, there's, like, half of people were being like, this is the worst movie ever. Or something along those lines. Like, it's so bad. And then, like, the other half was just like, this is the most fun I've had in a movie theater watching a horror movie in, like, years. Not just, like, not so much it's scary. And, like, it was scary to a certain degree. But like, this is so much fun. This is bonkers. And I kind of agree with the second half, so I would recommend it.
That's all I want from a horror movie. That's why I like horror, Saw.
But I want to know if they actually filmed it in Seattle or not.
I feel
Does it take place in Seattle?
Yeah, there's a shot of the... I laughed out loud at that, actually. There's a shot of the Space Needle.
Nah.
There we go.
They filmed it in LA. They just, like, put in exterior.
Yeah, they just put in...
They're like, oh, somebody gets kidnapped out of the Seattle Underground tour. And I'm like, wait, seriously?
Yeah. That's,
all right.
That's why, like, that's like when they shot 50 Shades on our campus in Vancouver, and they switched out all of our signs with Seattle U signs.
Yeah.
We were like, wait a minute, what college do I go to?
That's very funny.
Yeah. Always plan. Can't afford to shoot in Seattle, huh? Wow.
I think Seattle has really shit, like, permitting rules.
That would not surprise me at all.
That makes sense. All right.
I do not think of Seattle as a shooting town.
Seattle is a disaster, like, just geography-wise, so, you know.
Also true, yeah.
It's too many hills. Yeah. The Oscars.
So the Oscars.
So glad I didn't
disappointing.
watch them. I'm glad I didn't watch them.
I didn't watch them either.
Like, I'm so glad I didn't even watch people watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept up on my phone with what was going on, which included being there when they were like doing the 8 awards that they cut from the telecast.
They cut. It was a full 8, and this year was fucking longer than last year.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
And
they could have cut any of those bazillion pre-written bits that, like, apparently none of them were funny. I didn't hear about any of them, except for obviously a couple, which we will maybe touch on briefly.
We'll get there.
But, like, I'm like, as far as I can tell, nobody was funny. Why would you keep it? Stop trying to be funny at the Oscars if you're trying to cut time.
Well, and it's just like the politics of it are very interesting because way before the Oscars we heard that not only are they doing a performance for all of the original songs that were nominated, Encanto is getting another performance for We Don't Talk About Bruno with all of these stars doing it. So Disney movie is getting 2 performances. And during the ceremony, Chris Evans came on to do a promo for the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Chris!
So...
On today's episode of We Should Have Enforced fucking antitrust legislation against media conglomerates when we had a fucking chance.
Yeah.
We have to kill the mouse.
And it's like...
We have to kill the mouse.
I always thought it was interesting how makeup and hairstyle was in one of the cut awards, but costume design wasn't. And it's like, oh, well, because costume design was obviously going to go to Cruella, but it was a Disney movie. But, like, all of the other technical awards that were getting awarded were going to, like, Dune swept,
mostly
basically,
Dune.
the technical awards. Hans Zimmer won his first Oscar in, like, over 30 years. My dad's high school friend's little brother won a sound editing award for Dune. Great job, really? Dave Bartlett. Or I guess Ronnie Bartlett, whichever. Congratulations to the Bartletts. To your son.
the whole
editing
clan.
award. Like, Dune was just, like, sweeping the technical awards, which was not, a rival company for Disney. Makeup and hairstyling went to Tammy Faye. In none of the short movies were Disney movies, and then, like, production design, costume design went to Cruella, which is a Disney movie. So it's like, what are you doing? And then you shoehorn in a promo for a Disney movie.
I am 100% on board with this conspiracy theory. It's not even really a conspiracy theory. It's not really even a
conspiracy theory. When they wanted the Academy to cut half of the awards from the broadcast.
Yeah.
Which is probably why it took so long, because, like, the Academy was like, we're not doing that. We'll cut 8 instead of 12. And so they didn't have time, but they wanted to do all their Disney promo bullshit, so they went over or something. I don't know what happened, but anyway, it's fucking transparent.
Before all of this horse shit, like, I, as a fucking, like, 10-year-old, wanted to stay up to watch the entire Oscars ceremony.
And now, like you couldn't pay me to watch the Oscars.
And I was like, yeah, I want to watch the whole thing, and now I'm like, literally, you would have to pay me.
Yeah.
I won't even watch it for the podcast that I enjoy making.
Because we like movies, Ezra, and the Oscars are not for
the Oscars
people who like
are not for
anymore.
people who like movies anymore. You're right.
Especially
Speaking
last yeah. Oh, please, no.
Who won the fan? I heard that the fan award was basically made for Spider-Man. Spider-Man did not win. What won?
Congratulations, Snyderheads. It was Zack Snyder's Justice League cut.
Get fucked!
And not only that, but the big, like, remember the Oscars cheer moment? Was, like, the Flash entering the fucking Space Force or whatever? That was the moment that people picked.
Zack Snyder
so funny.
You know what? Honestly...
if anything had to win, that's the funniest thing to win, I think.
Okay.
Well...
Sure.
The funniest thing to win would have been... No. I'm wrong.
Because DC versus Marvel.
It was Army of the Dead. So it wasn't... It was another Zack Snyder movie. It wasn't even Justice League.
The people like what they like.
It was the Snyderheads. Yeah, so the Snyderheads are just like, I think that the MCU should die, actually.
I don't...
Yeah.
I haven't watched Army of the Dead, but I do... Tig Notaro, I am free on Thursday. Are you free on Thursday? When I'm free, call me. So any movie that's like, oh, we need to get rid of this person because they turned out to be a sex pest. You know who we're going to edit in? Tig Notaro with a fucking cigar and a machine gun. And I was like, did you steal this from my dreams?
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts on that movie are, I don't know if I want to sit through the whole thing, but then I watch a trailer and see how Tig Notaro looks in that movie, and I'm like,
I need to take Notaro
so
out of that movie.
Stupid and fun. I will watch it for the podcast because it's also like Matty bait where they're like, hey, they're zombies and also they're doing a stupid action heist. And I'm like, okay.
I know, right? I'm like, I don't like zombie movies, but I do like it when they do the heist. So, Matty,
I love when they do a stupid action heist.
I'm going to get stoned and just yell about how hot Tig Notaro is.
Oh, I will also probably be stoned. That's fine.
Yeah, let's get stoned and watch Army of the Dead for this podcast.
Army of the Dead sounds great. Okay. So they cut the technical awards.
I'm just so mad I'm so mad.
There's also
I'm just
a
mad.
ton of like jokes about how nobody finished Power of the Dog, nobody liked Power of the Dog. The whole ceremony had this like
Oscars.
film of misogyny to it, and it was like the fact that like, you know, James Campion has had her missteps over the past month of this like campaign, but like this movie is like, first of all, this is like it's the first time I think that a woman director has won back-to-back Best Directing awards, because last year Chloe Zhao won for Nomadland, and Jane Campion has been doing this for a long time. It's a big deal for her to win an Oscar for Best Director. It was the only award that Power of the Dog won out of the 12 it was nominated for. To be making constant jokes about it and how like long it is and inscrutable it is when it's shorter than most of the movies nominated in that category, like. And it's not directed by a woman, and it's not even that hard to understand. Just fucking, and it's on Netflix. It's like the most like accessible movie that you can possibly think of. That's like not about people. I mean, I was gonna say not about people punching each other. That's not quite true. Like not about like superheroes punching each other. I guess like it's so accessible. It's on Netflix. It's a Western. Benedict Cumberbatch and Kirsten Dunst are in it. We know who these people are. We know, you even know who Jesse Plemons is because you should. Because he's a star.
Look, did my dad fall asleep watching Power of the Dog? Yeah, but that's not really a judgment about Power of the Dog. That's just a judgment on my dad falls asleep.
That's just your dad.
A lot. Yeah. He's a nap guy.
Mood.
My dad is too, but he's not a nap during movies guy.
Movies.
I mean,
I put my father to sleep. It's adorable.
Power of the Dog length. It is 2 hours and 5 minutes. So it's like
that's fine. You know, do you know how
the Batman is
movies
3
I sat
hours
for recently that needed to be 2 hours and 15 minutes?
Dune length.
Dune is 12 years long.
5 minutes. It feels longer.
Dune felt okay. Dune is one of those movies where I like was kind of about it, but I saw it with people who really liked it, and then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, eh. And now I'm just like looking back, I'm like, fuck, that movie was interminable.
It was long. And Oscar Isaac wasn't there.
It's like Oscar Isaac died, and I'm like, I don't care anymore.
I was like this, and then Oscar Isaac was naked, and then I was like. And then he left and died, and I was like, and I died, and I slept. You know, because I'm predictable. I feel like I have a brand now, and every single episode of this podcast, I'm talking about how hot some dude was in some movie, but also just like who I am.
Okay, well, we're all gay.
This is
the title of this document is Dudes Rock.
Of many people. This is great in that scene.
This is our podcast, and we can be as horny as we want.
Yeah. Look,
do we have an all-safe for work tag?
Yeah.
Or explicit
like
tag or whatever.
I tagged this podcast as explicit.
Yeah.
Skyfall for the first time, and they had the moment with when Javier Bardem shows up for the first time, the scene with James Bond, and I was just like...
Yeah, and he just like...
the entire time?
You're just like, oh, you're gonna watch him walk the length of this really long warehouse in real time, and I'm like, I don't even... Yeah, this was a good decision.
Sure.
Yeah.
For listeners who can't see the face I'm making, I'm leaning forward in my chair and looking very attentively like I'm in a very important TED Talk.
Yeah, this is fun. This is our first time recording with cameras on, which means that we can see each other react for the first time on this podcast, but does also mean that we're making visual jokes to each other that do not translate to an audio medium, which is the trouble we run into with Parasites, but, you know, you'll have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exhausting.
Okay, they didn't put... Cinematography was in the regular broadcast, right?
Hold that thought.
Like I said, I didn't watch it. It sounds like the hosting in particular was kind of dog shit. So
they didn't. No, it was editing, the short films, editing, score, production design.
I am shocked that they booted score, because like film scores are like lots of people care about film scores. I mean, you know, once again back to the joke that it's like, really like my movies to have, you know, visual and audio elements. Really hope that they are. And I'm like, really would like my movies to have, sound.
And in a year when, like, you
God,
feel like...
just raw dogging film.
Jesus Christ, Matty!
Jesus. Okay, what was I gonna say?
What else? I need to pull up the list of, like, what got nominated for things, because I genuinely deleted this immediately.
Johnny Greenwood was also nominated for Power of the Dog. It was a very good score. He had 2 really good scores this year with that and Spencer, and he also did some music for Licorice Pizza. So Johnny Greenwood's really good. Hans Zimmer has been in the business for, a very, very long time. Done
a lot of very iconic scores.
A lot of very big, iconic scores, or the people who work underneath them have been writing them as well. But still haven't gotten around to reading that Vanity Fair piece I've been really meaning to, about composing in the film industry. But, it's kind of like... It's not quite the same, but it's kind of like nominating John Williams in a year where John Williams is nominated for an Oscar, and then being like, anyway, let's not tell people, okay? Let's not tell people that John Williams is nominated for an Oscar. It's like...
I wasn't I don't know. There were some Dune, like, the score for Dune was good, but if I had to give I want to give Hans Zimmer an Oscar, I don't want to give it to him for the Dune score.
Dune?
No.
Yeah.
But he has it now,
He has it now, that's fine. Once again, this is like, as my dad always says, this is like giving Paul Newman the Oscar for fucking The Color of Money or whatever, instead of literally anything else.
Jesus. Is that what he won it for?
I'm pretty sure that's what he won it for. Anyway, this was a long-running joke in my household as a child.
There are worse movies.
I'm mad that Dune won Best Sound over West Side Story. I'm just mad about that.
I have to stand because, of course, I have familial connections.
This
is what the Academy does. They're just like, my dad's best friend from high school's little brother.
I am very happy for your dad's best friend's little brother, Ron Bartlett. I'm very happy for him. It's not like he didn't do a very, very good job.
Right.
It's just also...
Yeah.
Anyway.
West Side Story.
I'll see myself out.
That was... Yeah, well, we'll get to my choices later. That would have been...
Okay. I'm gonna just, I'm like, what else do I need to get mad about? I need to get mad about West Side Story getting... The one that I'm really pissed off about, though, is Dune winning for cinematography over West Side Story, because West Side Story, that was literally a new industry standard for how you shoot choreography. Like, the integration of camera and choreography is the best it's ever been done by anybody who has ever picked up a fucking camera and pointed it at people dancing. Yeah. And, Dune had a lot of aerial shots, I guess.
The Oscars love an aerial shot, and they
really
hate musicals.
I know!
They hate dancing, they hate musicals, they hate fun, they hate love.
They love an aerial shot. And they love putting the camera crane on a drone.
Dune really threw me on these technical sweeps, because I at least thought... So I got 18 out of 23 correct for my predictions, for those who don't know. I was like, okay, I didn't think it was going to win film editing. It did. I didn't think it was going to win cinematography. I actually thought, I thought that cinematography was going to go to Power of the Dog. And that was going to be one of the ones that Power of the Dog managed to get. No. So that really threw me for a loop there. Yeah, just look, I can't look at that documentary anymore.
You know what it is? Is that I get really annoyed when people are like, great cinematography, and what they mean is the composition of the shot is good, and I'm like, that is something different.
That's directing.
I'm like, that's directing and production design. When the camera move good, that's the cinematography.
That's the cinematography.
They don't know. They
don't
understand.
I don't see myself out.
The lighting. And that's the thing that really drives me crazy, too, about, the best directing. It was Power of the Dog, good movie. Jane Campion, well-deserved. Good movie. Good job directing. Blocking is such a hugely underrated aspect of film, especially like contemporary movies right now, and blocking is hugely important in musicals, especially not even just for the dance numbers, but also just for the way that they use the space,
all of it,
have a sense of theatricality, but also like cinematic quality. And Steven Spielberg does that really well. I even was like watching a clip from Jaws the other day because somebody was like made a silly tweet about how like Jurassic Park, it looks so unpolished, and they were trying to like in a good way, but they were trying
to be like, and it rips, and it's like, you're right on that point, but also
you're an idiot, but
shut
okay.
the fuck up. Yeah.
But also you're wrong. He's like, oh, the characters are talking over each other, and I was like, that's literally always good. And it made me think of that scene in Jaws where they're trying to tell the mayor about like how he has to shut down the beaches, which is like one of the long one shot in the movie. Yeah. And the blocking in that movie is so good. It's so natural, and the way that they move within the shot is so good.
It's incredible. I'm sorry, the idea that characters talking over each other and you can still understand what is going on is unpolished. It's like, how much have the, like, there is a one-liner like on cue every certain number of seconds, and that is the whole movie of Marvel movies rot in your fucking brain.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I can't I know, but no, it's
I want to bludgeon these people to death with my box set of The West Wing.
Now who's in an Albie play? Let's join forces.
No, I hate Edward Albee!
They compete against the people who don't remember Hugo Weaving's name.
Anyway, Matty, if you have to cut me making what sounds like actionable threats against people I don't know, I understand. I don't actually own a West Wing box set, so it's not an actionable threat.
So it's an empty threat.
No Twitter users were harmed in the recording of this podcast.
Yeah, except for us.
Yeah, except for us. Yeah, what else? It was really sweet that Jessica Chastain, I think, went to the non-televised portion of the ceremony to support.
Apparently, she was talking about not going at all.
Yeah.
And then decided to just go early. Guillermo del Toro also went early and was like, we don't have movies without these people. And I was like, you're so right.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman was there. She was in the crowd during that part too. That picture that everyone's been sharing of her pointing and gesticulating wildly is actually from that, I believe, that portion of the broadcast. Not the broadcast, because they didn't broadcast it. Excuse me. Of the show was during something that happened during the non-televised portion.
Wild.
Yeah.
My only other thing is the only text I got about the Oscars the entire night was my dad doing the like toasting beer glasses emoji, because Kenneth Branagh won Best Original Screenplay for Belfast, and I'm like, you know what? I feel personally vindicated by this.
One for Z.
I'm like, was this like correct? I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
It made me feel good.
I think we could talk briefly about the incident. Then I think for a palate cleanser, I want to do my fashion report. And then we can do the Helena Awards.
Matty's fashion report.
If only because you're going to see takes from literally every person on fucking
everyone
Earth.
Under the sun. You've already seen takes from everyone under the sun.
Yeah, do not need our takes.
I have seen so many takes. No one man should have to see this many takes. Like, the human brain is not designed to get input from this many people. Like, we're just not wired for this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if you are deeply offline and somehow have not heard about this, Chris Rock made an off-color joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith went on stage and slapped him across the face, and then won the award for Best Actor. And
like 20 minutes after that.
Like 20 minutes, and was deserved. And he, in his speech, was basically like, please, I hope that I could get invited back to the Oscars, you know. I don't know if he said, I'm sorry for hitting Chris Rock, but...
He didn't apologize to Chris.
You know, right. Which
he apologized to other people. He did, his team did release a statement today, actually, apologizing to Chris Rock personally. Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
neither here nor there.
according to what happened, they worked it out between themselves after the show. It's, it's fine. It's a thing between two people that happened. It was very shocking and very, sudden. And I think it got a lot of people talking about the Oscars, which nobody was doing before. So I hope that, they got what they wanted. The Oscar producers, I feel like the takes that we're seeing right now, a lot of them are just like spiraling way out of control. People are reading way too much into it, and it's embarrassing. Stop.
I think we're going to see a lot of think pieces about it. I think that there's some very, very interesting optics on it, specifically because Will Smith is black.
Of course.
I'm very proud of him for winning his first Oscar. I think it is a long time coming, and I think he well deserves it.
I think I'm very proud of him for winning an Oscar.
You know what? It was a good performance.
I'm gonna stay in my lane.
But I don't like Chris Rock, but that's a separate point.
Like on a frivolous note, I do in fact think that more rich people should fight on television for my enjoyment.
Yes, I think in this particular case, the situation is a little more. I think that the specific joke makes it a little bit more serious.
Oh no, absolutely. I saw the brouhaha first, and then didn't figure out what the fuck had actually happened until I woke up this morning, because I got home at midnight last night, after a punk show. Shout out to Bridge City Sinners. You guys should check them out.
Hell yeah.
Everybody who listens to this podcast, they're a Portland folk punk band, and they rip incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are really good.
Yeah, they fuck really hard. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't, it was not great for everybody involved. It was weird. It was embarrassing for some people. That shit happens. We move on.
Really just,
Yeah.
We need like 60% fewer takes about this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that everybody is doing okay.
I hope everybody's fine. I hope Jada Pinkett Smith had a nice rest of her evening.
Yes, she looked amazing too last night. That's what we were like. My coworker and I had the red carpet coverage on at work over the speakers while we were still at work, closing, and we were just like looking at all of what people were wearing. We're like, oh my god, look at her!
Yes,
her dress looked incredibly heavy, but amazing. So, there's that.
And I adore her.
Yeah.
Let's go into my fashion report, eh?
Fashion.
Let's do it.
Fashion.
Some highs, some lows, as per usual. There are so many people in Hollywood who just dress like the most boring thing you've ever fucking seen. Amy Schumer, what was that dress? It looked so bad.
No, I have
Megan Thee Stallion.
I haven't seen it yet.
Is so hot. My god, she is gorgeous.
I'm looking at this picture.
Dress was fucking incredible. It is structured.
Her. Oh my god.
It is this.
Oh, Jesus, that is fugly.
It's ugly, right? God.
Oh,
they let her go on stage in that.
That looks like an ugly Christmas sweater.
It looks like something you get at Macy's, but that's beyond the point.
I'm sorry. I literally had not seen this until now, and
You're fine.
Taken aback by how bad it was.
I did not put it in this document for a reason. This is an audio medium, so you are going to have to Google these outfits. I am sorry, but I will just I will list the names of people you should look at. Kristen Stewart wore a short suit. Fuck yes, and then as soon as she got off the red carpet, she changed to the flats, which I love for her.
Yeah. That's
Timothée Chalamet, I feel neutral about, but he was a shirtless guy on this one, which I think is just so fun, and I think we should do more of that. Once again, Megan Thee Stallion, incredible.
I just want to get top surgery. That photo just made me want to get top surgery really bad. Not even because I don't want to look like that. I just want top surgery.
Anyway. I understand, Ezra. She also wore a stage out. She was on the We Don't Talk About Bruno, and she had a stage outfit that was incredible. Eva Von Bar, who was nominated for makeup for Dune, obviously did not win, but she wears this. She has this incredible Renaissance dress with a marble bust for a purse. fucking great.
I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with this.
She should have won the award just for that dress. They should have been like, you know what? We were going to give it to somebody else, but, like, you showed up in that outfit.
Scribble. Here. Yeah.
Kelly
Just
Marie
scribbling out the
Tran.
award.
Beautiful. It is I don't want to attempt to pronounce the name of the dress because I know I will not say it with the correct pronunciation. It is a traditional Vietnamese style of dress, and it's the first one that's ever been on the red carpet, and I love that. I don't know who the person she showed up with is, but they are wearing matching shades of green, and I think that is so cute, and I think that the suit that her partner is wearing is also great.
Also is kind of cute. Not to be like...
He's real cute!
They are
like,
very, very good-looking couple.
They're a very good-looking couple.
That's a good tux.
Yeah,
You
it's a
do
great
not-
tux.
I am genuinely a firm believer that, like, narrow-shouldered dudes should not wear double-breasted suits. Leave something for those of us who are barrel-chested, but this looks good.
He looks great.
He's making it happen.
Or they look great, I don't know.
That's true, fair.
Her hat, fucking incredible. She has a train, love it. Beautiful, perfect, stunning, never been done before.
It's just gorgeous. Lot of dark green. There's some good dark green on this red carpet. And I'm like, yes, as someone, a bitch loves emerald green.
Oh,
There were some great dark colors, which I loved. I normally am a bright color bitch, but I'm like, if you use a dark color well, I think it can be really stand out.
You should Google what Jessica Chastain changed into for the Vanity Fair Oscar party.
There were some great Vanity Fair party outfits. Chris
of
Pine showed up in
green.
that blouse.
Oh my god.
Hello. Hold on.
Chris Pine in that blouse is a gender thing, and I'm mad about it.
So good.
He looks so good.
Oh yeah, her dress for the Oscars itself was very fun. I forgot about that one. It's a little much for me.
Yeah.
Wait, where did you put it?
Like it's a little foofy. Z, I will drop an image in the chat. It's got kind of a rose gold going into a lavender, which I think is cute. It's a little bit of, I think...
It's got nightgown
The
vibes.
dress is not wearing her, because it's Jessica Chastain, and I don't think that's possible. But, like... I don't like the bottom, I think is the crucial point.
Yeah.
But
this one.
that's a personal thing.
Yes,
now,
I like
after
everything
party
except
dress,
the ruffles.
Yeah, the after party dress, like, oh my god. I am so gay, and I love women.
I have to look this up now. Shit.
Zendaya, both her Oscar, her red carpet look, and her after party looks are so good. So,
amazing.
like, very different looks. But, like, I don't know if she has a designer or if she's what her behind the scenes thing is here, but whatever it is, she's consistently showing up to these red carpets just fucking going for it. Thank God these people have so much money and sometimes they just dress so boring. Speaking of boring, Jamie Dornan just showed up in a fucking suit, but there's a moment where he was hanging out with Andrew Garfield, and it was really cute. Andrew Garfield is wearing a velvet jacket and a silk shirt, and I love that for him. The maroon is kind of boring, but it's velvet, so I forgive him.
There was that post the other day that I shared with y'all that was like, whenever I see a photo of Andrew Garfield in public, he is never less than an inch away from another man's face. So thank you for posting this picture of him and Jamie Dornan Jamie Dornan giving him a little smooch in the cheek.
It's very sweet.
Nice
it's very
to see
sweet.
that.
Andrew Garfield's got like a little ribbon tie, which I think is really cute. This is one of those things where it's like, do I wish that dudes were wearing more outlandish outfits? Yes. But if you're going to wear a suit and you're going to wear something a little more subdued, get fun with the color. Get fun with the texture. Wear a different tie. He's doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew Garfield. I owe you my life. Sebastian Yatra wore a flamingo pink tux down to the shirt and the shoes, and with a black bow tie.
He has pink and black, like, saddle shoes on.
Yes.
And I am obsessed with this man.
Okay, now
sexy.
what about, since we're talking about colored
Also, that's a
suits,
tailcoat. He has a, like, flamingo pink tailcoat on.
Stunning. Oh, yes. I forgot about this. I did all of these pics right off the dome, which says something about me.
This one is good, but I don't love the way it fits.
It's giving Ron Stoppable's prom outfit to me, too, a little bit.
What is the name of this actor?
Oh,
I have
Cody
no
Smith
idea who this
McPhee,
is.
who was
Oh,
nominated
yes.
for Power of a Dog.
That's who that
Yes,
is.
it's a powder blue suit, which is great, right? I think that the jacket is too long. I think if it was brought up,
Either the jacket is too long, or
is
you
high
need
enough.
to move those buttons down like 3 inches.
Yeah, the second set of buttons make the waist so high that it makes all the proportions look odd, and that, I think, is partially giving it the prom look, because it looks like a teenager wearing their first tux.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's also he's such a long, tall dude too.
Yeah,
he's so
gawky.
gangly
That is
that
a
like
gawky man.
really need to.
Yeah. Which you just have to wear a different kind of suit. That's fine. I do love the necklace as a tie.
The necklace as a
always
tie
fine.
is good. Again,
Accessories
there's a point at
underused in
which
the suit wearers,
dudes are too skinny for double-breasted suits.
and that's fine.
And that's fine.
That's fine, King.
Again, those of us who are out here with barrel chests, like
That's for us.
That's for us.
Those are
Good
just
color.
my off the dome thoughts.
Yeah,
Like
good.
I said, some great ones. I was Wesley Snipes had a fucking cool outfit.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Yes, this is what I'm asking for. Better than most years. Most years I look at the suit wearers and I'm like, I hate all of you, and you are the most disappointing.
You
to
owe
me that
me
I've
all
ever
of
been
your
in my life.
tailoring money.
It's
now.
like, it's not quite as bad as the Met, because like here they're just like, oh, just show up and get my little like with the Met thing, it drives me absolutely insane, because like I don't really even, I'm not really a fashion person, but like it's a fashion event and they give you a theme. They're literally like, it's a costume party, wear a costume, and they're
You
just
have
like,
so much money.
I didn't get the invitation, so
Well,
I
it's like,
just wear a suit.
just hand someone your measurements and a stack of cash.
Yes,
And come back on the day and be like, all right, lace me into whatever nonsense you've come up with. It's like
You
5
work-
hours.
In the entertainment industry, you should have
Yeah.
no shame at this point. It
Yes.
is appalling to me.
Yeah. Even if you look ridiculous, it's like at least you try. That's what acting
Girl, this is
all
the
about.
event where you look ridiculous. That was the
Yeah.
general gender neutral girl, not you specifically.
Yeah.
This is the Cirque du Soleil of fashion for rich people. Go insane.
Yeah, if my ass is about to haul out to like the fucking clothing recycling place so I can buy a sheet and make like a Viking style shirt that's gonna look like ass because I don't know how to sew, and wear it to like a fucking Society for Creative Anachronism meetup, like y'all can just hand someone a fat stack of cash and wear whatever they make for you for the Met Gala.
Now that I'm in New York, I really want to be like, see how close I can get so that I can like stand there and heckle anybody who comes out wearing just a suit.
Absolutely.
Do it for me. You have to
Yeah,
do
no,
it for me.
Do it for us.
Nice
Because
shirt.
that is my Olympics. Actually, I do also like the Olympics, but also, like, the Met Gala is, like, as someone who does care about fashion, that is my time of year where Leia and I sit in the group chat, and we send each other photos of outfits, and we say, what happened here? Or we say, thank you, Chadwick Boseman. You're an angel and a hero. That outfit that he, rest in peace, outfit that he wore all those years ago, I think about it to this day.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
King of the Met Gala. That was one of the best themes they've had in years, and so many people didn't bring shit.
Truly
Yeah.
banks. I had to go look
And
up
Zendaya was doing
what
fucking
Ken Brand
Joan
was
of Arc.
wearing. He's got, I mean, it's boring, but it's, like, attractive. He's got, like, a navy and black 3-piece tuxedo going on. And I'm like,
Fine.
alright, it's subdued. I think you're sexy.
At least the navy is there. So many times they're just like, I'm gonna
And
wear a
it,
black
like,
suit.
it-
I'm
and
like,
this is a pet peeve. It fits very well. Because sometimes
That's
I'm
so
like, you have more
underrated.
money than God. Why doesn't your suit jacket fit?
why doesn't your suit fit? You can go to a tailor and spend like an hour just getting that just like tucked in. That should be custom made for you.
Yeah.
I had
Let's
a
go to the
random
Helena
stray
Awards.
thought
I'll see myself
occurred
out.
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
just sitting here thinking, that is unrelated to what we were just talking about, but something that people were saying last night too is that the camera was uncomfortably close to people's faces when they were presenting. And there was one point,
It seems
I
like
think
a lot
I was
of tight
thinking of this
shots, yeah.
because like, I was thinking of the Met Gala and like dudes who fail us, and I was thinking of maybe there's one year where like Rami Malek didn't like only wore a tux to the Met Gala and was looking at the cameras like what. And there was a moment last night in the awards ceremony, and people were just like, "Man, this camera is way too close to Rami Malek's face. You need to back off. My dude is looking real close right now." People are just like, "I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable."
Yeah.
Everybody, the Oscars
Speaking of
brought
Rami
to you
Malek.
by Tom Hooper, Les Mis 2012. Camera tactics.
No, you need the Oscars brought to you by Tom Hooper circa 2010 stealing the Best Picture award for King's Speech with all the unnecessary and pointless negative space in every shot. That's what you need. I want an Oscar. I want a presentation where the award presenter is in the bottom left of the frame presenting the award, and there's negative space at the Dolby Theater behind them. That's what I want.
Agreed. That's all I want. Speaking of Rami Malek, he wore just kind of a regular suit, which is fine. It had a white shirt. That's nice. But he also wore fucking sunglasses, and he looked like the coolest fucking guy there. And I was like, you know what? He gets points for the accessory.
Yeah.
It takes balls to show up on the red carpet and be wearing fucking shades.
It does.
Also, he's hot, so, you know.
Apparently... Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was done.
I was going to say, there's some anniversary presentations that happened last night, 'cause I think, like, J.K. Simmons and Elliot Page and somebody else from Juno were there presenting an award or something. It was like, it's been
like 15 years or something
since Juno came out. Yeah. But then also John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, and Uma Thurman were just like, it's the 2004,
blah, blah, blah.
2014, 2024, 20th anniversary of Pulp Fiction, which is like, that's not a year that is worth commemorating. I don't know. They were presenting an award together, and I was like, what? Anyway.
Wild.
Shall we?
Yes, it's
I
getting late.
had like one
It's
random
getting late.
thought, but I lost it.
No, please.
Yeah, no. I don't
sorry.
remember what it was, so...
If you think of it, interrupt me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Helena
through
Awards.
this.
The best awards of the year.
It's Helena Awards 2021. So this year I figured, recently I found out that the theater that is used as Club Silencio in Mulholland Drive was recently converted into an Apple store, which is the saddest thing I ever heard. But I feel like if we can get in that theater pre-renovation, that's where I would like to have this award show hosted. And I want John Mulaney and Nick Kroll to get together and do their thing. Typically, those guys were doing the Independent Spirit Awards, and they're notorious for being absolutely uncompromising in how they roast everybody to shit. It's very, very funny. So that's kind of what I want. Not that we need to roast anybody too badly, because everybody is so very deserving. Let's see. All right, should I start from the top or the bottom? I guess the top. Anyway.
Your awards.
They are my awards. Best Picture.
Manny and I are just here presenting.
You're gonna, if you have any questions, let me know. Interrupt me. Drive My Car is gonna do some sweeping tonight. Best Picture goes to Drive My Car. Runner-ups are Titan, or Titan, depending on if you're feeling pretentious or you're French, which is synonymous.
The same thing.
Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, Pig, and Licorice Pizza. Best Drama Film, which is an Helena Awards exclusive, that goes to Drive My Car. Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, Pig, West Side Story, and Bergman Island. Best Comedy Film goes to Licorice Pizza, followed by Red Rocket, Barb and Star, Go to Vista Del Mar, The French Dispatch, and Zola. Best Genre Film goes to Titan, followed by Annette, The Green Knight, and then The Mitchells vs. the Machines, and Luca. Best Foreign Language International Film goes to Drive My Car. And then Titan, Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, Flea, and Parallel Mothers. These are all ranked, by the way. I ranked them because I'm a freak who loves lists, of course. Best Animated Film goes to Flea, and then followed by Mitchells vs. the Machines, Luca, and Encanto. Typically, I would allow a fifth space here for Raya and the Last Dragon, but I thought that movie was not good. My respects to Kelly Marie Tran, who did everything she could.
Not her fault.
Not her fault.
No.
Awards for most tears shed. This is the one that I write down which movies made me cry the most. Yay. Drive My Car wins that award. Followed by Pig, and then Coda, and then Come On, Come On, and then Summer of Soul, which won best documentary last night. Congratulations. Kind of got swept under the rug a little bit.
Did you cry during West Side Story, or was that just a me thing?
No, I cried during West Side Story. I cried during...
I just got beat out by the other 5 on the list.
Yeah, it was... I pretty much, I was just like this the entire time, jaw open.
Fair.
But like, the one time I did cry was during the reimagining of what they did with Somewhere, with Rita Moreno. Yeah.
Anyway.
It got me. What can I say? Best gay rap goes to Flea. And then Titan, and then Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, and then Shiva Baby and Benedetta.
I loved
Did Shiva Baby come out this year?
Yeah, well, it did technically, 2021. Okay. It was a 2020 festival release, but it came out in theaters 2021.
Okay.
That movie was
early.
So deliciously uncomfortable.
It was so.
It made me so anxious. Like sitting there, I was just like, I'm feeling like cultural fear.
But amazingly accurate bisexual representation.
Incredibly well done.
Yes, very well done. Oh God. Best opening goes to Annette. Incredible show stopping, never been done before. Then West Side Story, Titan, Drive My Car, and Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. So best director, who did win international, well, I guess best international film goes to the country and not the director, which sucks, I think. But he did win last night.
Vaguely fucked.
Ryosuke Hamaguchi won best director for Drive My Car. He also, as I mentioned earlier, directed Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. I would give best director to him because both of those movies, I think, are masterpieces, stone cold. And it's incredible to get either one of them any year, but to get both of them in the same year is just like, thank you, King. I am feasting. I've never seen any of his movies before, and now I am just like an absolute fan. I
have to go on a tear.
All the stuff, yeah. And then West Side Story. Shout out to Steven Spielberg for trying to take a video on his phone of the Godfather tribute during the Oscars last night. Very cute.
I know. I love him. Thank you, people.
Big my dad energy. And then to Joanna Hogg for The Souvenir Part 2. Julia Ducournau for Titan. Sorry, I mispronounced your name probably. And then Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. Best directing debut. Why didn't I write down his frickin' name? I'm always forgetting if there's an N first or no, it's an A first. So best directing debut goes to Michael Sarnowski for Pig. Followed by Rebecca Hall for the not Rebecca Hall. Followed by Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter. And then Rebecca Hall for Passing, and oh my god, give me a second. It's the director of Mitchell vs. the Machines.
I don't know anything about Mitchell vs. the Machines. Like I don't.
It's really charming. I really like it.
It sounds. I don't doubt that it's delightful. I just am like. Yeah. Somehow that movie, like, that's a whole ass movie that just happened, and I had never heard of it until I saw it on Helena's.
It was one of those things that I saw with the boys when we were doing movie nights on the hill. Because we were just, I saw a bunch of really random shit during that time, because that's when we also watched, like, the Mortal Kombat movie and Godzilla vs. King Kong, and just kind of, like, whatever we felt like watching.
I still
but I think that
don't actually want to watch Mortal Kombat, but I hear the guy screaming Mortal Kombat in my dreams sometimes.
The Mortal Kombat movie kind of rules.
I mean, it's bad, like
it kind of rules.
I mean,
in the same category of Godzilla vs. King Kong, where I kept predicting plot twists and then being really, really excited when they came true.
Amazing. I just realized when we were talking about the Encanto thing that I guess this song is what the Bruno. What's it called?
We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now let me talk about Bruno for a hot second.
I have made it this far. I have not heard that song.
Okay, well, counterpoint.
It's fun.
It's really good, and
I'm sure it's fine. I'm just like,
I
think it's great. I'm just like, wow. I don't have to if I don't want to.
it's the thing about that is that I listened to that song, I listened to the music from Encanto while watching the movie, obviously, and I was like, meh. And then I thought about it a little bit more, and then there were a couple of songs where I was like, okay, fuck you. And then I started listening to them, and there was something about We Don't Talk About Bruno towards the end in particular where I was just like, this is kind of... And then I was looking it up, and then Manuel Miranda was like, yeah... hair flip. I was inspired by A Weekend in the Country from Little Night Music and Christmas Bells from Rent, and I was like, literally go fuck yourself. That's why I like it so much. Oh. It's the most popular song in America, and it has a polyphonic harmony at the end of it. And he's like, yeah, I was inspired by Sondheim. So, like, I'm kind of happy about that, like, this most listened to song is indoctrinating children to eventually be, like, Sondheim pilled when they discover it, like, 10 years from now.
Hang on, I have to go change my display name to Sondheim pilled.
I'm praying and hoping that these things happen.
Fair. I don't know. I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, I think my roommates watched it, like, while I was playing Shadowrun. And so I'm just like...
I mean, you're not an animated movie person, and we know this and love this
I'm
about
not, but it's sort of funny where it's like, because I don't have kids or spend any time around kids, like, I don't even get the, like, cultural osmosis of a lot of these movies anymore either. I'm
Except
just
for
like...
Frozen.
Yeah.
Frozen was the one none of us could escape, but beyond that,
Still never seen it, thank God.
That's not true.
Frozen? I've never seen Frozen.
Did you not watch it that time Stacey and I got it from somewhere? Stole it off the internet.
No.
That was in the condo place. I swear to God,
I'm pretty sure I was at work.
It was at night.
Oh, okay. If I was physically there, that literally got lost in one of the depression blackouts.
Yeah.
Because I have
you technically have not watched it. Yeah.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I think you did watch it with us.
No recollection of what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you watched it with us, but it sounds like you deleted it, which
was
is very funny.
Was I blackout drunk? Or something? No. The only times I've ever gotten blackout drunk in my life were during Fellowship of the Ring, and I didn't realize because I have Fellowship of the Ring memorized.
Yeah. No, I don't think maybe you weren't there. I thought you were. I thought it was all three of us, but it may have just been me and Stacey.
Whew. That scared the shit out of me. Well, I mean, okay, let's rephrase that. I may have seen Frozen at some point, but I have no recollection. I have no memory of this place.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
this is a stupid.
Did you find those directors for Mitchell's and Luca?
Mitchell's is Michael Rianda for Mitchell's vs. the Machines, and Luca is Enrico Casarosa. Very good first-time directorial debuts. Best ensemble cast goes to Licorice Pizza. Truly phenomenal people just showing up for like a random scene for 30 seconds. Fucking amazing. It's everything that I want in the world. Tom Waits.
Tom Waits?
Yeah, Tom Waits is in it. It's great.
Maybe I have to watch Licorice Pizza.
I think he's playing the devil. He's not, but like I was kind of like, is he the devil? Maybe.
Is he not always kind of playing the devil though?
I mean, yeah.
Just like...
That's true.
Low-key.
Low-key. Maybe that's just osmosis carrying over from his previous films. Followed by West Side Story, Drive My Car, Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, and The French Dispatch. Best Actor goes to Joaquin Phoenix for Come On, Come On. He's not allowed to make a speech about veganism, though, because I can't do it. I had to leave the room last time it happened. I support him.
He goes on stage and we immediately play him off.
Yeah, sorry, Joaquin. I love you. I don't sometimes.
We can't do this.
You're good. Then Vincent Lindon for Titan. And then Hidetoshi Nijishima for Drive My Car. Nicolas Cage for Pig. And then Adam Driver for Annette and The Last Duel. I'm giving it for both of those movies.
Fair.
He's in there.
He's there.
He's there. It's for his hair. No, he was very good. Best Actress goes to Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter. Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. Agathe Roussel for Titan, Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza, sorry. Jodie Comer for The Last Duel. Best Supporting Actor, fuck you all, goes to Mike Faiz for West Side Story. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah,
everyone.
no, you're right. Everyone else is wrong.
Everyone else is wrong.
My whole brain is Mike Feist.
It's just him. He's just anyway. Can't think about it without getting angry. And then Simon Helberg for Annette is the first and please God be it the last time I give an award to somebody who was once on The Big Bang Theory, but I'm sorry. He was really good and he was really hot in it. So I don't know what you want from me.
The thing about Simon Helberg is that he's actually very, very attractive.
The thing about it is that I like that scene. His first scene in that movie started, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of a problem. I don't like this."
It's okay. This is we're redefining him and allowing him to be more than a former Big Bang Theory cast member. That can't define his career forever.
It's tragic, but he may have unfortunately end up being the most talented person who was once in that cast. Which would be kind of great for him.
We all have our faults. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's
perfect. I think the money was very good.
He was in Florence Foster Jenkins playing the gay bodybuilder character in that, and I was like, all right, Worm, you're on thin ice, but in the future, let's talk about this some more. And then he shows up in Annette, and it's like he's in it for a total of maybe sporadically 15 minutes, but I cannot stop thinking about him. Chaotic, incredible energy. Great performance. Then Troy Kotsur for Coda, who did make me cry. Very, very good performance. Well-deserved Oscar.
Won, right?
Yeah. He plays a dad. Andros Danielson Lai, or Lee, God, I think it's Lai. So sorry to everyone whose name I'm mispronouncing. I'm frantically Googling and looking slowly at words and vowels to make sure I'm not fucking everything up. I think it's, anyway. If I do, I'm very, very sorry if you listen to this podcast, which you don't. Andros Danielson Lai is the worst person in the world, and Bergman Island. He was in both. Great job. And then Alex Wolff for Pig. And then Best Supporting Actress goes to Park Yoo-rim for Drive My Car. Then Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter. Anjanou Ellis for King Richard, which is actually my favorite performance in that movie. She was nominated last night. Just shout out. She didn't win, but she was very good. And then Ruth Negga for Passing, and Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, who did win in last night, and that was historic and awesome. Forgot to mention that. That was great. Good for her.
I can't. She's just face meltingly incredible.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Another great outfit, separately.
Also another extremely good outfit, yeah.
But also, woof, yeah.
I can't even process how good she is.
Charisma. All right, Best Screen Debut, which is a Helena Awards exclusive again. Miss Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza, good job. Love you. Agath Roussel for Titan, Rachel Zegler for West Side Story, incredible, amazing. Cooper Hoffman for Licorice Pizza, and David Alvarez for West Side Story. Literally, the fucking West Side Story and Licorice Pizza people own this category. Sorry, but they're great. And the fact that David Alvarez played Billy Elliot at one point, just I need this in my life.
Isn't that cast also full of people who were on fucking Newsies?
That ensemble is just wall to wall, my boys.
Literally
guys.
Every single actor, especially I think at least every single actor playing a jet or a shark was at some point in the cast of Newsies. At some point in their life.
That's musicals, baby.
Especially that's musicals.
And David Alvarez, oh my god.
The thing about Mike Face is that he was doing an interview and he's from fucking Ohio, right? But he had the New York accent that he was doing for the movie in this interview. He was talking with us and I was like, what are you doing? I respect this, but I don't know what's going on in your brain. He was Daniel Day-Lewis singing up in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Unable to break character. Best original screenplay. Release him from West Side Story.
New York.
Yes, exactly. Best original screenplay goes to Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, followed by Pig, The Souvenir Part 2, Come On, and Titan. Best adapted screenplay, no surprise, goes to Drive My Car. and then West Side Story and The Lost Daughter, Power of the Dog, and The Last Duel. Best production design goes to The French Dispatch because come the fuck on.
This is his world. This is his
look at
house.
I'm so mad that people are just, it's just fucking, he's just doing his Wes Anderson thing. And I'm like, one,
yeah, and it's good every time.
Eat my ass. Two, it's
Yeah.
good every time. Three, it's a fucking crowning achievement of production design every time.
Look at it.
Yeah,
Look
maybe everyone else should fucking step it up. I don't know what to tell you. This is not Wes's fault.
Get on this man's level.
My friend, my personal friend, Wes.
The main thing that made me sad about that movie was that it makes me sad whenever Jason Schwartzman obviously is in almost every Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
It makes me sad when he's there and he doesn't have any lines.
Yeah.
He showed up and I was like, "Aw, there he is." Because I feel like especially fresh off of rewatching Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is like one of my favorite vocal performances in any animated movie ever, and I feel like borderline Oscar worthy. Yeah, I just.
Oh no, they're never
going to
give an Oscar for voice acting. Are you kidding?
But they need to. They're going to say they're never going to give an Oscar to Jason Schwartzman, and I was like, all right, rude as hell. But
okay, well, also probably. Unfortunately, but specifically, Hollywood doesn't give a flying fuck about voice acting, and we all know it.
I know. My Google Doc went all the way down. Okay. Stop it.
Stop.
I'm scrolling too hard on my Google Doc. Other production design winners include West Side Story, Dune, because that part was good, and Annette and The Tragedy of Macbeth. Best cinematography goes to West Side Story, followed by Licorice Pizza and The French Dispatch, and The Souvenir Part 2 and The Power of the Dog. Best makeup and hairstyling goes to The French Dispatch.
Yeah.
And then Titan, and then Passing, Spencer, and The Last Duel. Spencer's on here.
Well,
it's funny.
They're your awards.
I know, but it's like the only two times I thought to award Spencer, or here and in this next category. Best costume design went to The Green Knight.
Yep.
Followed by West Side Story.
Yep.
Souvenir Part 2, Licorice Pizza, and Spencer. Aw, there it is.
Green Knight had such great use of texture in fabric.
It did.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the screenshot you added, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I understand why it was not nominated for anything, right?
Okay, let me reshare it. I got you.
I don't have it open for some reason.
Great, I will talk about Green Knight while you do that. I understand why it wasn't nominated for anything, right?
Yeah,
on some level I understand. But on the other hand, I'm like, not even for any of the technical awards?
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
I know this is how the Oscars work, and I know that they didn't campaign for anything, and it's A24, it's not, that's just how it is. But I'm still just man, so it's annoying.
Frustrating.
But
A24,
it won the Helena Awards, which is the most important thing to me.
Yes, this is true. They didn't campaign. They had a lot of bangers that came out this year, and they didn't campaign any of them, which is very bizarre. I feel like Red Rocket was
I think they've just decided they don't give a shit, which I respect.
Which, to be fair, I don't either.
But that means the Northman movie that's coming out this year that's the Hamlet adaptation with Mr. Skarsgård and Ethan Hawke and Nicole Kidman and Willem Dafoe is not going to get nominated for anything, which is probably, maybe it'll suck, who knows. But I want to see it.
I'm so ready for it. I want it. It might suck, but
but I want it.
It's going to be good for me personally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Best film editing goes to West Side Story. Go fuck yourself. Then Titan, and then The Last Duel, and Drive My Car, and Licorice Pizza. Best original score goes to Annette. Right? Fucking deal with it. That's to the Oscars, not to anybody else. Then to Pig, then to Power of the Dog, and Zola, and The Green Knight. Best use of original or non-original songs, which I have to remind everybody, just a reminder, is different than best original song, because I don't give a flying fuck about best original song. I don't care if, they wrote the song for the movie or whatever. That's great. That's fine. What happens when you reward that stuff is generally a lot of stuff gets recorded to use as a post-credits or like a credit song, and it's like, well, that's not actually, I don't care about that.
That doesn't
I care about...
Exception is Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, exactly. There are some exceptions to the rule. The Beyonce song that played at the end of the King Richard was quite good, I thought. But I am more concerned with how songs
they use song
are
throughout the whole
used. Movie. Yes, exactly. So that's why West Side Story wins this, because duh.
Because it's West Side Story.
And then Summer of Soul, which is a documentary, but I feel like counts. I feel like the
it's a documentary about music.
Yeah, the presentation, the performances in Summer of Soul are incredible.
Yes.
And then Annette, which is also a musical. And then Encanto, which is also a musical. And then Licorice Pizza, which has had some...
be using music well.
Yeah, it's like, go figure, right? Licorice Pizza is not a musical, but it used music really well, including a use of Let Me Roll It by Paul McCartney and Wings that I'm still thinking about to this day.
Oh, okay, amazing.
A lot of good 70s music in there. Best sound mixing, fuck you, I'm still separating them. Best sound mixing goes to West Side Story. And then to Dune, and then to The Last Duel, and then to Annette, and then The Green Knight. Best sound editing goes to Dune. I'll give you that. There you go, Ronnie Bartlett.
There you go, Dune heads.
There you go, Dune heads. And then West Side Story, Summer of Soul, Zola, and Titan. Best visual effects go to Dune. And
That's
then
fair.
To Annette, and then to The Green Knight, and then Titan, and then Malignant.
Sneak it in at the end.
Congratulations, Gabriel Heads. And then best endings. Well, actually, I feel like I should do these two first. So best animal performers, which is these are kind of joke awards, but I do them anyway. Best animal performers goes to the pig in Pig, because she was so cute and I loved her. She was very gentle and lovely. I just wanted to keep Nick Cage company. Followed by Sophie, who was a dog in Red Rocket, who just like was an outside dog the entire time and would watch these people's antics like, I don't care. I got better things going on. Then the attentive spaniels, Tilda Swinton, constantly followed by two spaniels the entirety of Souvenir Part 2. Love that for her and for them. Very good. I don't know if these last two count, but I'm counting them. There's Bitches versus the Machines. They have a pug that confuses a lot of robots because it doesn't quite look like a dog is the joke, because pugs are just so
fucked up.
So fucked up like that.
I love that.
They're like, is it a dog? Is it a pig? I don't know.
They have reaction shots off that pug in that movie that are just...
Okay, I have to watch this now.
It's really fun.
I love it in movies when you make a joke and you do a reaction shot off the animal. Like, thank you. I love the pug. And then last goes to that CGI fox in The Green Knight, who I don't trust, but...
No, you shouldn't.
They're there. They're cute. Grant Rommel my friend Grant made me introduce this award several years back as a joke, and I took him up on it. This is a best props.
This is a good category, and I like it.
This is a great category.
I enjoy it. Obviously, this category, the win goes to a red 1987 Saab 900 Turbo, which is the car from Drive My Car.
It's the car. It is the titular car that is being driven. It is the titular
car.
Sexy car. We love an older Saab, for sure.
She's so sexy and so great, and I love her. Next is the final issue of the French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun. You can probably guess what movie that is from. Then some recording equipment from Come On, Come On. And then a waterbed from Licorice Pizza. Actually, several waterbeds from Licorice Pizza.
Just one? Yeah, okay.
Not just the one. And then a doll from The Lost Daughter. A doll that got significantly fucked up in that movie. Like, real fucked up. Pretty waterlogged. Saw some shit. Really went through it. Power to her. And now, best endings.
Best endings.
We're in the home stretch. Best ending goes to Pig. That's just the truth of it. Followed very shortly by Drive My Car. And then Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. And then The Green Knight. And then Titan. And
then number 6 is the Helena Awards.
And then number 6 is the Helena Awards.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah, baby.
The only award show that really matters. Here, not live on Sneople at the movies.
Thank you.
Exclusive. A Sneople exclusive.
Yes.
I enjoy making them very much.
I enjoy...
can only keep 5 in each category. It's hard. Thank you for letting me share them.
Of course.
Thank you for listening, listeners.
This is the how many years have you been doing this, do you think?
Well, I feel like 3... No, wait. It's 2021, 2020, 19, 20... at least 4 years.
Okay. That sounds right.
I think we should start... We should make you a little, like... We should get somebody to draw a little gold... like, use a little gold statue and have, like, the...
Oh my god.
the fucking, like, 5th annual Helena Awards.
The 5th anniversary. Yeah. It's going to be so spectacular. Imagine if I'm doing this for 94 years, like the Academy Awards. That's going to be a...
That's right.
I'm going to be old as shit.
Helena, I hope you live that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty impressive, actually. Any last thoughts as we debrief from awards season and talk about other things? I'm not watching a movie for like a whole ass month now because I'm burnt
As
out.
is, you're right.
There's a few things that I genuinely want to see, but sometimes I like to wait until after all the awards bullshit shakes out, because then I don't feel like I need to be prioritizing what I want to see based on like what I think I'm gonna have to talk about for awards. I can just be like, oh, I genuinely think this is interesting or not.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I could just watch it for me rather than having to be like, I got to watch it.
Also, like, off
content.
air, I need to talk to you about exactly what the fuck happens in Licorice Pizza, because I need to decide whether or not it will be fun for me to watch, or whether I will just want to peel my own skin off out of secondhand embarrassment the entire time.
Very, very fair. Yeah, absolutely.
I never remembered the thing that I was going to say like half an hour ago. So,
alas.
Rip.
Requiescat in pace.
There were some, like, really cool movies. I think we said this at the end of the last episode, or, like, there are some movies I actually genuinely do want to watch this year. There were some, like, pretty solid hits. Mm-hmm. I feel like, overall, like, generally we go into the Oscars, and I'm like, man, I feel like they really missed the mark. This year, I'm like, yeah, there was some stuff where I was like, yeah, whatever, but the reasons I was mad at them mostly were for, like, the ceremony reasons, and less the picks.
No,
there were a
that's
couple picks where I was
point.
like, okay. But for the most part, I was like, yeah, I get why you nominated this.
I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, the cognitive dissonance is really striking, I think, because people are pointing out, like, the ceremony or the nominees are getting more and more interesting and international every year since they've opened up the voting body, and it seems increasingly like the more that happens, the more that the Oscars themselves are embarrassed by it, and like so hence we got all of these jokes about nobody's seen this movie and nobody knows what this movie is, and it's like, but
it's like they're embarrassed to be a show about movies.
Like if nobody's seen it, I mean, it's
because
like
they're
the
embarrassed.
Sorry, no, you please go ahead.
They're embarrassed to be a specialty show.
Yeah.
Because they want to appeal to a wider audience, and therefore they have to be self-effacing about, like, movies. Which is, like...
Yeah.
I understand this is an entertainment industry, right? And the way we talk about film, I think very specifically, I can't obviously speak to anywhere else, but the way we talk about film in the US is so... It's on some level, it becomes an entertainment machine. Right? Like, we have the summer blockbusters. There's they're supposed to appeal to the masses. Everybody, you know, films are for everybody, so the Oscars have to be for everybody. But on some level, I'm like, the SAG Awards are, the Globes are for everybody. Not everybody watches, like, the Emmys or whatever. No. Or, like, I don't know. I feel like they're...
Well, like, not everybody watches the Country Music Awards.
Yeah, they're not, it's not, and that's, like... Fine.
People who are country music fans watch the Country Music Awards, and that's fine.
Or I watched them when they had Beyonce on, but like,
fair,
because that song is good. But Z, I think you said this last episode where you were talking about like they have to appeal to like the enthusiastic amateurs because that's the only way they're gonna make it work. And I think if they just say like, man, like, fuck it. Like, the Oscars were about movies, and they stopped trying to be... If they stopped trying to be what the Oscars used to be, weirdly enough, if they just decide to let go of the, like, everybody watches the Oscars and decide to just do their own thing, I think more people will probably start watching the Oscars.
Well,
but
it's also sad
ABC is like, no, we must torpedo this.
Well, like,
die.
I guarantee you, the people who are, like, making these movies and presenting all this, like, this is their whole ass craft. Like, I'm sure people don't like being, like, embarrassed about what they do for a living, like, as a bit. I mean, maybe some people do, but it's like, you know, let people go up and be enthusiastic about their craft.
Well, and
I would watch the Oscars if they were less embarrassed.
Guild awards leading up to these things, right? Where you have, like, they have the SAG awards, you have the DGAs, the PGAs, the WGAs, all of the craft, like, guild awards. And, like, you know, there's a chance for people who are genuinely, like, on the most basic level peers in their given, like, field who get to acknowledge each other, but those things aren't televised. So you have the one big event that, quote unquote, everybody's supposed to be watching, except nobody watches it anymore because it sucks shit. And then you're just like, and actually we've even though we've had like 50 different award shows, we actually don't care, and you all suck, and I hope you find real jobs. And it's like, I don't know why we're doing this. Like, you know, and the whole complaint about, like, oh, nobody's seen this, nobody's seen that, even if it were true, that's the point is that you do something like post the Helena Awards on Facebook, and you get like 3 people that I'm Facebook friends with to be like, I really want to rent and drive my car now. And that was the night of the Oscars that I posted that. So it's like, if nobody's seen the Oscar nominated or Oscar winning movies before the Oscars, who fucking cares? The point is that you nominate them and celebrate them. And if you celebrate them, people after the Oscars will be like, I actually want to see this now.
Yeah, there's
what
a reason
happens after that's important.
Print all the DVD boxes with, you know, like, nominated for X many Academy Awards, like...
Yeah.
Academy Award winner, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the best acting stuff is, like, you know, like, it helped your career after the fact. Like, yes, leading up to it, it's great, but then after you can say, you know...
You're always an Academy Award winner.
Exactly.
Yeah, no matter the quality of shit that you go on to do after that.
It's
you know what?
The Oscars are not the People's Choice Awards, and I feel like they're trying to be like, we have to pick the things that, like, the people are into, which is why they added that bullshit award this year that are like, what do the fans want? And I'm like, who cares what the fans want? None of them are all going to agree. You're trying to get, what, like, millions, if not billions of people to all sit in a room and be like, that's right, we all agree that Power of the Dog is good. That's not gonna fucking happen, mate!
Yeah.
Let it go!
Well,
also, like the fans of what? Like, the fans
movies?
Like, if you want to just...
Because I can tell you, the fans of movies are not watching the Oscars right now. There's 3 of them, and none of them watch it. We have a podcast about movies! We're movie fans! That's, like, basically on our business cards! If we had any! Good God!
Oh, now Matty's in the Albie play.
we all get there eventually. We are all one by one making our entrance into the Albie play.
We have to trade off, yeah. Sorry, I interrupted somebody because I got just so fucking mad for a second.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, the Oscars, somebody pointed out too online, I think there was an article about it, that was like, sometimes the Academy just has terrible taste. They're a large group of people, an excessively large group of people. Sometimes they don't have very good taste. And sometimes they do. And they're just like any large group of people where you're just like, you like what? I mean, like, look, I hate olives. I'm sorry, I do. I think that they're the worst thing to ever exist. So many people like olives, man. Like, a lot of people think that they're fantastic. That's whatever. Like, you can get a huge group of people who all think that olives are fantastic. You can get a huge group of people who all think that somehow that Coda is a Best Picture movie. Like, it's not the worst movie to ever win Best Picture, but it's not
by a long shot.
A good, like a very good movie in many, many respects. And it certainly when compared to some of the other movies that were nominated, it's like...
No, but it's a very Oscar pick for Best Picture, which is, like, that's fine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Whatever. The Oscars love films like Coda, so yeah, they picked that as a Best Picture. Not my Best Picture. Who give a shit? Not me. Yeah. I just want them to stop being bad.
I know it's bad. Yeah, it's like I want them to stop being bad, and I remember the Oscars as glamorous.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid,
and they're just embarrassing now.
And I don't know if that was just like being a little kid, but like I remember, you know, because this was a thing. Like I've said before in the show, like my parents and I would put like a tablecloth on like the coffee table and like make a little like hors d'oeuvre spread and like watch the Oscars as like an event, because it was something. It was something worth. It was a spectacle.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
the Richard Lawson's recap of the Vanity Fair of Richard Lawson, who writes for Vanity Fair, who does the 20-year Oscar recap every year, was just he just finished the recap of the 2002 ceremony, which was hilarious, which was the longest ceremony ever. It ran over 4 hours. But there was the year that Moulin Rouge was nominated for some awards that year, and Whoopi Goldberg descended from the ceiling like Nicole Kidman in Moulin Rouge, and like on a swing with like this huge this outfit. Like there was so many like tributes and clips and like
so many
celebrity performers. She had so many costumes. It was like exhausting amount of costume changes, but like amazing to watch. All of this like random celebration of stuff that just going on. You know, it was like
it was a show.
At least that it was a show, and at least they like threw spaghetti at the wall to see what stuck, you know. And you end up giving Best Picture to A Beautiful Mind and Best Director to Ron Howard, which is an insane choice. Whatever, but like, you know,
look, many Oscar decisions have not aged well.
Fellowship of the Ring was right there, but whatever.
Yeah.
David Lynch and Robert Altman were nominated for Best Director that year, and
hello, Robert Altman nominated
Gosford Park.
God, that was for Gosford Park. Jesus Christ, serious? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe. Okay, time to just go back in time 20 years and get mad.
Gosford Park was nominated for Best Picture.
A Beautiful Mind, yeah.
Okay. A movie that
I remembered what I was going to say, but we can end the episode on that because it's like not
fantastic.
So if you guys have any final thoughts, we should probably wrap up soon because we're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, so. we should stop torturing Matty by continuing to record audio. They're going to have to edit.
I'm gonna have to edit so fast.
Yeah,
so hard.
It's fine. Just cut everything I said about Will Smith. I regret all of it.
So they did the. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I don't. That's the whole thing. It's just that it used to be a show. And now it's sort of just like a weird conglomeration of people who are either genuinely embarrassed to be there or pretending to be embarrassed to be there as a bit. Like, making fun of people who are being honored on like a once-in-a-lifetime level for their dedication to something, like just for like incredible work in like the thing that they've dedicated their whole lives to, which incidentally like is really hard and sucks a lot of the time. Like, you know, obviously you gotta be really lucky and like, or a nepotism baby or whatever, but like it's hard.
It's hard.
It's exhausting. You know, these are people who have been honing their craft for decades, and you're gonna it's like ribbing people. It's like if it was ribbing in a way where it was like, oh yeah, and like we all love what we do, it would make a difference, as opposed to like fucking like bullying the theater kids who are winning an Oscar.
Yeah.
And you're like, all theater kids.
And you're all theater
except
kids.
For the craft, some of the craft nominees. I think some of the craft nominees are theater
kids. And those
kids,
people aren't even on the fucking show anymore.
Yeah, on the fucking broadcast. You know, I mean, theater kids, whatever, make fun of them, don't make fun of them.
I mean,
I've been
look,
through that. Eileen, I went to high school too. Let me just like share one last thing about that. if you think that you weren't annoying in high school and you think only the theater kids in high school were annoying, I have news for you. You were
Bad
annoying
news
as
for
shit.
you.
Yeah. Every teenager who's ever been alive on this planet is annoying. Every teenager. There's no exception. Absolutely zero exceptions to that rule. So
and that's freeing,
I don't,
and you should
and
be
that's
free
very
by that.
freeing.
You were you were all beautiful people, and also it's just an annoying phase. Every human being goes through it. It's fine.
We all go through it. So, do theater kids hold on to it for a little bit longer than some people do? Sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're all passionate about things in life, and that's better than not being passionate about things. So I don't care. Anyway, Matty, you remembered your thought.
Who irony pilled the Oscars, and how do I again in Minecraft beat them to death with my West Wing box set?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so sad. So they do an in memoriam section in the Oscars every year, obviously. And Anne Rice passed away this year. You may have heard.
Boy.
Then they did mention her because she's a book writer mostly, and Chris Rice, her son, made a whole ass Facebook post on her Facebook that was like, the Academy failed to mention my mother last night, so let me talk about her contributions to film. And it basically got summed up as she wrote the screenplay for Interview with a Vampire. And part of me was like, I feel like I shouldn't make fun, right? Like, she is dead, and on the other hand, I was like, you do realize what the in memoriam section of the Oscars is for, right? It's for people who made, like, significant contributions to film who passed away. Your mother writing one screenplay and having 2 books adapted to film does not make a significant contribution. Like, if they had, like, the Oscars but for books, yeah, she would have been mentioned. Not the this Oscars, one, Chris. Sorry, mate.
For books.
Yeah.
That's just the Man Booker Awards.
Yeah, but they don't televise those.
I'm sorry, the way that, I'll get into the outro really quick, but the way that you said Chris Rice, her son, was in my head, I was just like, the Jetsons theme. I was just like, Jane, his wife. That's what was going on.
Chris
hearing
Rice.
it in that voice.
Son of Anne Rice.
Her son. What's his name? Leroy is the name of the Jetsons kid, right? I don't fucking know.
I think
Fuck
so.
The Jetsons.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Jetsons are good compared to the Flintstones. Fuck those guys. Fuck those prehistoric bitches.
Wow,
anyway,
we're going into some hot takes tonight.
Let's
also,
get into the
technically goes by Christopher
podcast.
Rice. I'm being very informal with him because I think that him throwing a little temper tantrum on Facebook because his mom, notable author, wasn't included in the Oscars in memoriam is very funny, so I'm not going to call him by Christopher. I'm going to call him Chris.
Very fair. We shorten names on here for fun. It's all in good fun here. If you're at Sneople at the movies, which you have been hanging. Wow, that sentence is not going to work. I was going to try and get it in there in traditional, but it's not going to work, listeners. It's
Helena. I'm the one who does the segues on this podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say you got to let us do this one.
I tried. Okay, I'm not an Oscars host.
Yeah, because genuinely letting us host the Oscars would suck significantly less.
I feel like this is partly true. But regardless of whether we'd be good or not, thanks for hanging out with us here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Please check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake. Our theme music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter. Our logo was designed by Bethany Luthold. You can check her out at bethanyluthold.wixsite.com. And if you've got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or a Google Doc link to your own personal Film Award picks, come say hello. Drop that along, please, in the DMs. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends who you think would enjoy it. We really appreciate it. I was just actually reading through some of the reviews that are on iTunes recently, and they're really sweet. Thank you, guys.
They are.
I love it.
They are. But it's been a minute since we've gotten one, so...
Oh, yeah. So chop, guys. Come on. Do it in your own time. We love it. And thank you for listening, as always, and we'll see you at the movies.